Okay, everybody, Pack here, and this video is pretty much going to be about how to get the 6 heroes. Now, these are Vargas, Lance, Eze, Selena, Magris, and Atro. Now, this is going to be a very simple guide. I'm going to try to go as far in depth as possible, but with some units, it's not too difficult to get them. But again, maybe trying to clear the mission or do a certain thing might be a bit difficult. Now, obviously, I'll be switching over to Brave Frontier 2 in a second, but this video is going to be coming out a bit early because I think I mentioned on the stream I said it's coming about like Thursday. Well, I think it said like Thursday or Wednesday, but it turns out that the translations were actually pretty quick for me to go through. So again, this is really easy. So Brave Frontier puns. So we're just gonna go right over to Brave Frontier 2. So you can tell here we've got the book. Now this is where a lot of your missions are gonna be done for some of the heroes. Now first off, you click the book, you go here. This is for Vargas. You click right there, and then this top mission is just 1 million fire damage. It's not all in one turn, it's just a cumulative total of your fire damage. So when you hit that million, you get all those merit points, those nice 1,000 merit points. The next mission is get the 5-star fire sword. That is your starting weapon. Now, if you know what the starting weapon is, it's where is it? It's one of the weapons. Yeah, this is a 5-star version, but obviously there's a 3 and 4-star version that you need to go through, and then you can just, do all your extra stuff and get to that no problem. Next up is clear the Randall bonus mission. Now, obviously that is, oh, wrong one. Oh no. That is the book. When you get all the 6 heroes, you actually get like special titles. So this next one is clear the Randall bonus mission. With fire units only, and I think it says assistant is included or assistant is free, which means I don't think it really matters, but the time I did it, I wanted to do it with a fire unit. So it's best to really complete all of Vargas's things with fire units if you want to get it and you want to be guaranteed to get Vargas. Just use all fire units for these 2 missions. This one right here is Rin's first area, the final boss, Thoughts Confined. And that is obviously with fire units only. You get 2,000 rank EXP, then you get Vargas for clearing all those missions. Now, I'm actually going to go through the quest and show you which of those 2 they are. Now, this is Grangaya. This is Randall. So you click in Randall. Now, obviously, you have to complete both Rin and the Summoner stories in order to do this. Now, you click here, and this is the mission you want to do. It's a 1 battle thing versus a water enemy, so bringing super strong water types. And, all that stuff is pretty simple. Now, next up is the Rin's first area, Thoughts Confined. That is this dungeon area right here. Basically, there's this puzzle that I'll show that I will I'll show you the answer when I find not when I find it, but when I remember which one this is, because there's so many puzzles in this game. Basically, you want to clear this boss battle with all fire units, and again, to get a better chance to get Vargas, just use all fire units. Now, next up is Lance. Now, Lance's missions are actually pretty freaking simple. Let me show you where he is, if I remember which book it is. I think it's this one. Yes, it's this book. So all these books revolve around Rin's first area. Obviously, this one being a bit different, though. This is the wire puzzle. Now, the wire puzzle is that very, very, very annoying puzzle that everybody seems to be having trouble with, and I don't want to do it again. I do apologize, but I will leave a link to the video that shows like all the puzzle solving things, like for the first part and the second part. I'll leave those in the description, or I might just leave them in the comments down below on the description. So basically, this is Rin's first area. This is the underground hideout. So pretty much, you want to go from the top section. You want to get it so it says complete for each and every section, even the EX missions. Oh wait, no. For the first mission, you want to clear all of them, just without like these EX dungeons. You want to clear everything. Then you want to go back and full complete 4 of these missions, then 7, then 10, then 15, and then all of them. Oh, and do I have to say that clearing each one of these is difficult all on its own? If I wanted to make a video explaining each and every part, it would take so long. It would be about a 3 or 4 hour video going through each and every mission for the hideout. So obviously you get what is it, Lance, and you get a special title, or a special set of characters at least. Next up is Eze. Now Eze is probably one of the easiest yet hardest at the same time to get. Now, if I remember which book he's in, they have so many books here. This book. So basically, you climb the arena rank going from ABP 300 all the way up to 30,000. Now, one thing is I don't think it resets. I don't think this resets, but somebody can clarify for me either in the Discord or in the comments down below. But basically, you get 30,000 of this stuff by grinding arena battles, and you get Eze. Next up is Selena. Now, Selena is a bit difficult because she does have a heal over time effect, and that can become very annoying if you're trying to kill her in a set amount of turns. But you can easily overcome that by using paralysis and thunder units. So basically, you want to go to this mission. You want to click this. This is where you fight Selena. This is her extra mission in the Sama Kingdom, as you saw in Gaia. Basically, you just go to this mission. It's not this mission, but this mission. This is the one you want to click. It's kind of like you go to this message box and you see this little castle. That little castle is where you want to go to fight Selena. So the 5th unit is in the Empire of Bariura. Basically, you want to go here and right down there, and this is the Magris fight. Now, again, Magris is very, very painful to fight. He does a lot of damage, but controlled very, very well, he can be a very easy fight. Again, I will show you the fights maybe later on. There'll be a second segment where I actually go through and do some of the fights, and to maybe show off a bit of the puzzles that you need to do. But I think the best thing to do would watch my slowed segment of my other video, because I don't think I can recreate doing a puzzle like the wire puzzle in 90 seconds. So it's best to watch and just learn, and then just keep watching it segment by segment so you understand what you're doing. Now the final hero, Atro, is very simple. Go to here, right here. This is where you get Atro. It's this final mission here. It's 2 stamina, 1 fight. Basically what this means is you cannot replace the units, and it is a set battle. Now, basically what you want to do is I'll read off the missions. Basically what this says is clear in 2 turns, do not use items, and guard 4 or more times. Now, obviously, you can probably do no items and guard in 1 fight. I think guard is cumulative, where if you use 1 guard, that's 1, and if you use all guard, that's all the units. So that would be, for my case, it'd be 5. So you want to bring powerful units, and maybe if you have Vargas, you want to bring Vargas, because this is a 5-star lava. So again, if you've dealt a million damage in fire type stuff, got the 5-star sword, got the Randall extra mission with fire units only, and Thoughts Confined with fire units only, it's best to bring a 5-star Vargas along in this fight because of the XBB. You can get a lot of that done pretty quickly. And with that is pretty much all the heroes. So in the next segment, I'll actually go through and show you the fights for Selena and Magris. Now keep in mind that this might be a bit painful on some people's parts, or I might be doing something wrong that maybe you haven't done, or maybe something that somebody has tried. But basically, I'm going to go up here, and what I want to do is I want to find a good Thunder type partner. Now, I want to find either a good Thunder partner. Okay, now I need this. Oh shit, I don't have my XBB crystal, but it doesn't matter, because as long as I've got revives and that, I'm pretty much good. Now this does magic attack, defense, magic defense, and a physical attack. This is just a fusion potion. These are revives. These are healing things, and this is something you want to keep. I think this is the one you want to keep on you, this orange-esque potion. If I don't do it right, well, It's my fault. Now, obviously, this is the setup I'm using. I probably want to switch out my Elza because she's not super powerful. But I'm not going to use my own Selena for this battle. I might use, I'm going to use my own Amelia for this fight because I don't know if she is weak. I don't know if, I actually really don't know if the Selena in this fight is actually susceptible to paralysis that Amelia can cause. Now, why do I want to get that weird looking Thunder dude? Well, because he is a part of Zelnite's XBB. And again, I really just want to bring Darvin because he's a mitigator, and I don't have any other mitigators. And what you want to do, again, is obviously single target focus a lot of these parts. Sorry. Quick hydration break there, kids. Stay hydrated, kiddos. And it might look easy on my part, but do understand that I have actually been grinding in this game quite a bit. And I'm not trying to make anybody look bad or I'm not trying to cause like a divide in the Brave and Tier 2 community. I'm just trying to say like right now I've been doing a bit more. And I want to show you guys to give you the full effect of how fun this game can be. Albeit if you let the game be fun, it can be fun. But most importantly, you really have to like let certain things happen. Obviously, some of the missions you really don't want to worry about getting all the completion on this mission, because at the end of the day, all this mission does is just it gives you like metal keys and stuff. But I mean, unless you don't have gems, then it's probably better to figure this stuff out. And also, I'm going to address one comment that I had just recently as well. And this is also just a fair bit of warning to anybody else who thinks this will fly. So let me find the comment first. Okay, so it's from a guy named Ecab RNGO. And what he says is, like, is there any way to... Because this was on my... when Phantom of the Kill Global announced that they were shutting down, remember how I made a video on that stuff? Well, this guy decided to say, like... he's like, how do I know what the text means? And, well, like, I don't think I have to keep mentioning this. I'm not trying to, like, shove it in my... Well, I'm not trying to shove this in anyone's face. But I am half Japanese, and this... Reading some of these Japanese characters just kind of comes inherently, and some of it just comes by studying and by reading and by using random apps on the Play Store, looking up, like Japanese... like learn Japanese on the freaking App Store, and you get stuff like Duolingo. You get other apps that people make. You get, or if you look how to learn Japanese, and you find stuff like freaking Rosetta Stone. Like, I know it's not the best way to learn Japanese. Like, Rosetta Stone's far from the best, but it's not bad. So, there's that. And obviously, he says how to learn the Japanese faster. I learn it too, but not with so much text. There's only a few lines of text in each part of Phantom of the Kill, so that's just something I also wanted to address. Like, and also it's like using my platform to try to extort me is not a good. It's not a good way to get on my nice side. Just saying. And he says, and the text is include hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Pretty much, they're mostly the same, but it's all different dialects from the different regions of Japan. Kanji, I believe, is the most basic. Hiragana and katakana are used in 2 different sections of Japan. I forgot where they were. I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. And he says, he's asking me, like, what application. He says, and then he says, well, sure, I will subscribe you for now for helping me this far, ... And you to play Phantom of the Kill Japan isn't. So, I don't know what all that means. Maybe it's just my misunderstanding of this broken English. But trying to use my platform to make me do shit for you is not even a part of what I've mentioned in every single video that I keep saying or I keep bringing up comments about. And also, as you know, at this server, we shit on everybody. And also, I think it's been a while since I've said this again on video this time. Fuck Gumi. So, one thing is, Ikob RNGO, you have to do stuff on your part too, okay? Like, it's not just gonna be me that does all this stuff. Like, you have to pitch in your 2 cents. Like, look at Serve. He pretty much paved the way for me to figure out what the physical and the magic attack stats did, and you know, like contributing to each stat respectively. Like what is done is effectively he's now created an easier way for us to understand how the attack values work. That was not done by me, like I mentioned. That was done by a guy on the Discord named Serve. So again, thanks to him. And be prepared for intense clicking in the background. I'm great at this. Okay, since my lights are producing... There we go. Alright, so... Awesome. Too bad we can't see the animation because it stalls so fucking badly. Turn on SBBs, so... Now I just let it all go. SBB... Let's see how far we get. Okay, so she has the attack down, but it doesn't seem like she can get paralysis. Or the chances might not have just procced. And it seems like it's going to be delayed a bit on the attacks, so we might have to wait a few seconds. Probably shouldn't have used her stuff, my healer, because that can be pretty bad. So right now all I'm going to do is just wait for this to be done, like the animations to be done. Hello. Okay, there we go. Whew. Okay, and basically she does like one wave in the back, one wave in the front. And the only way to speed this up, it would be nice. Maybe I probably should have actually recorded the fight on my phone, because it would have, okay, doing this on my phone probably would have been a hell of a lot smoother. But again, I do this for you guys. So there's that. And what's different in this game than most other games is that the attack down usually lasts around 1 turn, which isn't that great considering. But again, it's not terrible. Okay, so we've got physical mitigation back. We can get mitigation going again, but I don't think I really need it right now. Maybe when we actually start getting a bit more, you know, taken in on the hurt. And, you know, because we have zone lights, we have the zone light in this dude's BCHD drop rate boosts. I don't really see a purpose in me having to do any of that stuff yet. So, and plus I gave my Darvin Shoal the healing sphere, and my healer is ready. There. You know, with this, I literally have to deliberately, like, really click and then move up. And now the Magris fight might become a bit more difficult, because I remember fighting him, and that was pain all on its own. I was pain in a whole new realm. I hated that fight. Like, I'm not joking. That fight was a pain. So that's just a fair bit of warning. Selina's fairly easy. She does back row and usually 1 or 2 units. And she's not bad, but occasionally when she starts getting lower on health, she starts actually getting, she starts doing the heal over time effect, and that can really mess with your team. Because you'll be thinking you do a lot of damage. Like, you think I'm doing a lot of damage, but in reality, this is nothing compared to, you know, a real attack power if I didn't have Darvin Shoal. But if I didn't have Darvin Shoal, I'd get fucked. Yeah, see, so she does an AoE, and then she does heal over time, and then she does the back wave, and then the front wave, or back wave, and then a couple units here and there. And since my healer isn't fully healed yet, I'll just do that, and still got buffs. So, I mean, I'm still buffed up. It's no real use for me to constantly spam healing items on one unit. Oh, cool. She has a status ailment. I don't know which one that is. Probably it's not paralyzed, so it's maybe like shocked. I think shocked does more, or she takes more thunder damage when she's shocked. So I forgot what all the status ailments do already. So pretty much this is the final stretch as long as she stops healing herself. Also, I'd love to get your feedback on other games. Like, do you guys like the fact that I do other games than just Brave Frontier 2? Because right now we don't really have much going on. And, like, all we've got right now is they're going to be doing a gem and jewel key giveaway for the latter half of March and stuff. But I don't really see a whole lot of stuff happening as of now. And that's the Selena fight. I mean, again, not bad. So now for the Magris fight, my best option is to get someone who has either Lusana or Alava. Why do I say that? Because I remember I have a 5-star Vargas and I do have a 5-star Selena. So I can use XBBs for that. Now, again, this is the Magris mission. Now, again, there's 3 battles in this one, so it's fairly simple. Not sure if I want to go with somebody else who might have Lusana. I do believe Lusana is available from getting the gem from purchasing. I'm not 100% sure. So the reason I want to get this is because they have one of the best XBBs in the game right now. It's not the best, it's one of the best. So again, doesn't really matter about getting clear missions unless you really need burst cookies and keys and stuff. But me right now, I don't really have to worry too much. All I've got to worry about really is filling up the XBB gauge before the Magris fight. Now, again, before the Magris fight is very, very, very important. It is almost quintessential that you fill up, if you have units that can XBB, to fill up that gauge before the Magris fight. And if you have a crystal, save it for the Magris fight. If you have the blue crystal, save it for that fight. Because no joke, he will do a ton of damage at some points because he does not mess around. Now again, Selena, all you have to do is remember she can do back row or front row, and then 2 to 3 or 2 to 1 ish units. And her like when you drop her in the 4th bar of health, so basically at 25% health ish, she has this effect where she can do an AoE and cast heal over time. So again, it's best to watch out for heal over time effects because they will fuck you up. So yeah. And also the reason I also have Selena as well is because if my healer dies at any point in here, Selena can heal over time, which is godly. I mean, even though Darvinshire does have his own heal, it's only 200 health. So if he's in the red, it's not going to help me out too much. And thank God we can have 2 revives now. So yeah, and Atro, like I mentioned before, is a very simple thing. It's the 4th area in the Xtez capital region. Basically, you clear in 2 turns to not use items and guard 4 times or more for the Atro missions. But again, everyone else is pretty much either a book mission. So pretty much 3 units are book missions, 3 units are fight missions. Now, it's very simple just to get caught up and get mixed up. So again, do listen to this very carefully. I will actually leave a link to this in the description. Now again, I do not have a full completion of all the missions in the underground hideout for Lance. I do apologize, that's something I could not do. So you will have to look those up on your own. Using Google Translate for the most part will help you. But again, if there's some words that don't seem right, try to figure it out. I'm not trying to sound mean, but just try to figure it out. But yeah. Pretty much, I want to use his BB right now. Even though it looked like I had his SBB almost ready, I wanted to use his BB because it doesn't look like it's going to be much. But he does sometimes hit like a bus. And that can be very, very, very painful. Now, I believe he just does like a single target. Oh, no, he does back row. He does like back row, front row. He does the stuff that Selena does for the most part. But one thing that he can do, I think, is status ailments. So, again, please be aware of Magris. He's one of those units that you really don't want to mess with in terms of, again, statuses, because he will hit you pretty fucking hard. I want to see is, like, does fighting just fill up that XBB? Yes. Okay, so I can't use it now, but I'll use it next turn. So pretty much all you need to do is be careful of your front row and your back row units. Pretty much if you don't feel like you're going to live a front or back row attack, you want to use guard all. Like right now, I'm not being dealt so much damage. It's just the fact that I need to be careful of what he does and on what turns. So like right now, he's pretty much going to do front row, back row, back. You might do like, you know, more back rows than front rows. That doesn't matter. For the most part. I'm just going to say for the most part because I don't know for sure. Yeah, like this does status ailments, heal over time, and attack boost. So I'm going to do that. And this does seem to be a sword gauge this time instead of a rapid clicking one. Like with Zelnite. Not good enough. I mean, it didn't fill up all the way, but it's good, still good. Still on the fantastic scale, so. Again, using some of the 6 heroes is probably not my best bet. Like, if you guys don't have some of the 6 heroes, it's probably going to be a bit more difficult for you guys to not use this. So, again, apologies on my part. I probably should have played it smooth and went with somebody easier to use, and or use somebody that most people would have already had by now. So, again, that is my fault. I do apologize if you guys will run my comments saying I don't have this unit or that unit. It doesn't matter what units you have as long as you have a good mitigator and a good healer. Then you are set. Or if you do have Selena, it's best to find somebody who does have Lusana because again, that is like it's not frozen, but it's like frosty. It's like frosty or something. Basically, they take more water damage. And as long as you can keep up your damage, you're pretty much good to go. Like, in this regards, you're fairly simple on what you can do. It's just don't die for the most part. And even if you do die, it's better to revive like a healer, a mitigator, or like a BC buffer. And on this first fight, I had Cowboy Shot Height, and he kept dying so much. So it's highly advised that one, you don't bring light units in Magris's fight, and don't bring fire units in Selena's fight because she does do that frosted. I think she does like frosted damage to anybody who's a fire unit, and this is his AOE attack, and he raises his defense. Now, again, this is very helpful if you have magical units because all he focuses is his defense. Now, again, you see right there, I just got hit with a front row attack. This isn't going to be too painful for me, but again, it's all about being very, very, very careful on what you do. So again, I have two magical units. I have the healer chick and I have Uni. So dealing physical damage is going to be slightly harder. And again, it's better to bring a mixture of both rather than just have one solid block of physical attacking units. Now, it does seem like he's barely hanging on, or he literally just has like 1 health left. Or I'm missing something. But irregardless, it doesn't really matter, because all you need to do is just kill Magrus in this region. And I think right now, just killing him in the easiest way possible would be just to click my Darvinshire. Or Selena, because she has a very quick animation. And that's the Magrus fight. So, again, I got it done in 1 less turn than Selena's fight. That's only because Magrus has nothing really threatening to worry about. I thought he did status ailments, but apparently he does not. So this is a very, very, very simple fight. All you have to do, again, is watch out in the front, back, and on all your units whenever he does his AoE attacks. That's usually around every half a bar. So the first bar, he'll do AoE attack. Half of that first bar, he does AoE. Then half of that, when the whole 1 bar is gone, then 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, or 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and then when he's dead. But towards the 4 bar mark, the 4th bar, he does do a hell of a lot of damage in terms of AoE, and he maxes his defense. So again, that is a very quick guide on all this stuff. I will probably leave a puzzle link down in the description below. And also, like my millionth time apologizing for the fact that I don't have all the underground hideout missions translated. That is something I just could not do because it would have taken me forever. Because that's 3 missions in 33 zones. So that's about 99 to 100 something missions that I have to fully translate. So again, Google Translate, for the most part, is your best friend on that situation. But if you do have questions, it's better to go on the Brave Frontier 2 Reddit, which will be linked down below as well, because clearing out all these missions is something that I could not have done without them. And I kind of don't really post that much about it. So I'll post the Word document I used in this situation. To get all the 6 heroes, I will actually use this link and post it on somewhere. I might actually translate it to like a Google thing or something like that. But I don't know. But pretty much that is all for right now. So again, that's just all the 6 heroes. I hope this is a moderately in-depth guide. And that is all the 6 heroes. Now, obviously, I don't want to do the Atro missions because, again, they are very simple. It's just go here. And again, like I mentioned, clear in 2 turns, don't use items, guard 4 times or more. And that's in the capital of Extaz. It's this 4th mission, and it's right up here. Clear all these missions, and you've got yourself Atro. Get 30,000 ABP in the arena and get Eze. Pretty much clear the entire underground hideout. Get Lance. Also, you have to do the wire puzzle for Lance, but you have to do that in 90 seconds. Vargas, deal 1 million fire damage cumulatively. 2 is get the 5-star fire sword. 3 is the Randall bonus mission with fire units only. And 4th is Rin's first area, Thoughts Confined. So again, that is that weird dungeon looking area in the first map of Rin's story. That's right down here. Basically, when you click on this mission, it'll take you right down here. You click on that. That's that mission. And let me go to Randall. And again, this is the same boss as the lithograph puzzle. So you go right down there. You click right up here. That's the Leviathan and whoever the big dark dude is. But that is all for right now, guys. And I will see you on the next video. I do hope this guide really helped you all out. See you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.